Think you've seen overpowered heroes before? These 10 anime turn underestimation into disaster as overlooked protagonists shock enemies, rivals, and entire worlds too late repeatedly. Kicking off our list at number 10, the brilliant healer's new life in the shadows. Xenos, a healer dismissed as worthless, leaves a cruel adventuring party and begins working independently in the shadows. Using exceptional recovery magic, combat support, and medical knowledge, he quietly helps people across a dangerous fantasy world. As stronger enemies emerge and secrets surface, his reputation grows despite constant skepticism from others around him every single day. What makes this series fun is how confidently it flips the rejected healer trope. Instead of chasing recognition, Xenos keeps delivering results and letting doubters embarrass themselves. The action stays satisfying while his competence creates constant payoff moments. I especially enjoy the balance between medical problem solving and battlefield dominance, which keeps encounters feeling fresh and surprisingly smart throughout the entire season and beyond. Moving down the rankings to number 9, the Osa newbie adventurer, trained to death by the most powerful party, Rick Gladiator, is a middle-aged, aspiring adventurer who spent years training under the continent's strongest heroes. Entering the profession unusually late, he appears ordinary compared with younger talent. However, brutal preparation forged overwhelming strength. As challenges escalate, opponents repeatedly mistake his age and humility for weakness, entirely during dangerous quests, battles, tournaments, and major crises. What separates this anime is its refreshing lead. Rick's maturity changes the usual underdog energy, creating comedy and credibility at once. The fights hit hard because viewers understand the cost behind every achievement. Watching veterans react to his hidden power never gets old, and the supporting cast adds charm without stealing focus from him for long stretches of the story at any point either. Sliding further into the countdown at number 8, the unwanted undead adventurer. Rent Feiner spends years as a low-ranking adventurer until a dragon devours him inside a labyrinth. Instead of dying permanently, he evolves into an undead creature and begins climbing new evolutionary stages. In a world that fears monsters, he searches for identity, acceptance, and greater strength while hiding his nature from many people he meets. The appeal here comes from steady progression rather than explosive shortcuts. Rent's transformation feels earned, and each advancement carries meaningful consequences. The darker atmosphere adds tension, while the world-building rewards curiosity. I appreciate how the series treats growth as a journey, making every breakthrough more satisfying than many faster power fantasies currently available in anime today and beyond for dedicated fantasy fans everywhere alike. Charging into number 7, my instant death ability is so overpowered. Yori Takato appears to be an ordinary student transported to another world with classmates. Yet he possesses an absolute ability that can instantly kill anything by deciding it should die. As kingdoms, monsters, and cosmic threats collide around him, every attempt to challenge him becomes futile regardless of power scale or special abilities they possess there. Few concepts are as absurdly entertaining as a protagonist whose power bypasses nearly every rule. The humour lands because reactions become the real conflict, not the battles themselves. Beneath the comedy, the series cleverly explores fear, responsibility, and perspective, making its outrageous premise surprisingly engaging across multiple arcs, while remaining consistently unpredictable for viewers seeking something different from standard isekai formulas and conventions today. Breaking into the upper half at number 6, Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. Tuka Mimori is betrayed by his classmates and abandoned in a deadly dungeon after receiving a supposedly weak status ailment skill. Surviving alone, he discovers terrifying potential within his abilities and begins a relentless quest for revenge. Across a dangerous fantasy realm, he steadily becomes an unstoppable force feared by enemies and former classmates alike everywhere. Revenge stories are common, but Failure Frame stands out through its ruthless momentum. Tuka's rise feels dangerous because he embraces methods many heroes would reject. The tension stays high, and the victories feel earned thanks to constant hardship. Strong atmosphere, memorable monsters, and escalating stakes keep the journey gripping from beginning to end for fans who enjoy darker fantasy adventures with relentless determination throughout. Entering the top 5 at number 5, The New Gate. Shinya Kiritani becomes trapped inside a game world he once mastered after its servers should have closed. Armed with endgame knowledge and tremendous power, he explores a transformed reality where familiar mechanics now carry real consequences. Meeting allies and enemies alike, he uncovers mysteries shaping the world's future and his place within it all along there. The New Gate delivers classic overpowered adventure energy with a slightly more reflective tone than many peers. Watching Shinya navigate a world changed by time creates intrigue beyond simple battles. The action remains enjoyable, yet the strongest moments come from discovery, history, and relationships. That combination gives the series a broader sense of scale and purpose for viewers who enjoy immersive fantasy storytelling alike. Continuing the climb at number 4, The Strongest Tanks Labyrinth raids, Rudd is celebrated as an exceptional defensive specialist, yet his party expels him, believing tanks contribute little beyond protection. After leaving, he forms new alliances and explores dangerous labyrinths where his hidden abilities reveal immense value. In a fantasy world focused on teamwork and survival, he proves doubters wrong through ingenuity, resilience, and overwhelming utility consistently. Rather than emphasizing raw offense, this anime highlights the satisfaction of strategic strength. Rudd's abilities create inventive encounters that showcase how support roles can dominate when used properly. The party dynamics stay entertaining, and the dungeon exploration keeps momentum moving forward. I like how the series rewards intelligence, cooperation, and perseverance without losing the excitement of major fantasy confrontations for long stretches at all. Storming into number 3, Am I Actually the Strongest? Hart Zenfis is reincarnated as a young boy with extraordinary magical potential, but grows up believing he might not be exceptional at all. Due to misunderstandings and unusual circumstances, he continually underestimates himself even while performing impossible feats. Across a vibrant fantasy setting, he attracts allies, rivals, and attention wherever he goes from everyone around him. This series leans heavily into comedy, and that approach works because Hart's self-perception never matches reality. The contrast generates constant laughs while still delivering satisfying displays of power. Bright visuals, likable characters, and easy pacing make it a comfortable watch. When the action arrives, the gap between expectation and result creates exactly the kind of payoff fans of overpowered protagonists usually want most. Reaching the runner-up spot at number 2, the great cleric Luciel, a salaryman from Earth, is reborn into a fantasy world and chooses the path of a healer. Determined to survive through discipline and hard work, he trains relentlessly despite ridicule and obstacles. Within a society shaped by magic and adventuring, his dedication gradually transforms him into an influential figure across the realm over many years there. What I enjoy most is the grounded progression. Luciel earns respect through consistency rather than sudden miracles. That slower development makes achievements feel meaningful and gives the world room to breathe. The training sequences, guild politics, and everyday challenges create a refreshing rhythm, while his eventual competence provides excellent long-term payoff for patient viewers seeking character-driven fantasy stories with steady growth throughout. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, reborn as a vending machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon. Boxo once lived as a vending machine enthusiast before dying and reincarnating as an actual vending machine inside a fantasy dungeon. Unable to move normally or speak freely, he survives using product knowledge, magical mechanics, and creative problem-solving. Alongside allies, he helps communities confront threats and uncover opportunities across the dungeon ecosystem every single day. The premise sounds ridiculous, yet the execution is surprisingly clever. Boxo's limitations force creative solutions, making interactions more memorable than many conventional adventures. The series embraces its absurdity without sacrificing heart, and that balance keeps it engaging. Charming supporting characters, inventive dungeon scenarios, and consistent humor turn an unlikely concept into a genuinely entertaining fantasy experience for viewers looking beyond typical genre expectations today. These anime prove the most dangerous heroes are often the ones nobody takes seriously until everything collapses around them. From healers and tanks to undead adventurers and stranger legends, every entry rewards patience with spectacular payoffs and hidden power. Share your personal favorites in the comments.